What's up, world? It's the KID Little Crazy and my man Traffic. And we here to tell y'all how we grind hard. I've been trying so hard to be up on the top. When I know that I belong, grind hard. And I know it will take.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night. Please choose which greeting is appropriate for your viewing time. This is Windex for Your Mind, coming to you live and direct from the Fortress of Solitude. There's been a little bit of talk as of recent on the YouTubes, the interwebs, about urban battle rifles. I don't necessarily know if I have a specific urban battle rifle, as it is that I do have a rifle which I've intended to use. To a certain degree, this rifle has been customized in, let's say, a SHTF scenario where I can go low-key and not intimidate somebody with my weapon. Example, carrying an AK-47, or more directly, an AR-15, which is my weapon of choice. They see a guy walking down the street with an AR-15, AK-47, FN, FAL, so forth and so not. People get intimidated. What is that guy doing with that battle rifle? What I've decided to create, if things were to go bad and I needed to get a particular job done without intimidating the masses or the sheep, if you will, I created this rifle and another variation of this rifle. This is a Marlin lever action rifle, which I purchased off of a very good friend of mine many moons ago. This rifle fires 30-30 rounds. The 30-30 rounds ballistically are the equivalent of a 7.62 by 39. Those of you who know me know I'm a big fan of that round. I'm just not a big fan of the AK-47. All in all, this weapon has a lot of knockdown ability. A lot of kinetic energy is being delivered. You have accuracy with this weapon probably out, even though other people will argue. This round is probably good for about 200, maybe 300 yards. Probably 200 yards considering I have a shorter barrel. Overall barrel length is a little bit over 16 inches because of the ATF. But this weapon right here, I'm pretty sure I could hit everything I needed to hit with it all day long at 150 yards with a little bit of holding my face right, probably out of 200 yards. My AR-15 has a longer barrel, more precise barrel. I can go out to 300 yards all day with that thing. Some people are actually skilled enough to take a 7.62 by 39, the ballistic equivalent of this round of 30-30, and go all the way out to 400 yards and sometimes better. I'm not that good yet. I'm working on that skill. This weapon was designed in case things went wrong. I needed to carry something, not necessarily offend the sheep of the area, and have nobody really pay much attention to me. And I think this weapon does the job very well. It is painted in a tactical black, if you will. I sanded down the stock, smirched original wood, and then on top of that, I sat back and stained it a nice ebony finish. It currently has a sight mark, holographic sight. It does well. I have other sights I could throw on it, but the sights are actually worth a lot more than this weapon, and I'll eventually get around to it. This was my second stage production, and I have other optics in which I can throw upon it if the need be. I chose this weapon because, one, it hits hard, it's plentiful, I can get it at Walmart or Academy, anywhere I go, pretty much in the United States. You can find 30-30 caliber cartridges. Never been a problem. It won't be a problem anytime soon. If you're from the country, from which I'm a new developing country boy, everybody and their daddy has taken a deer out with this caliber. There's probably been more animals taken down with this weapon and this particular caliber than any other weapon in any other caliber in the United States. For the most part, you're 15 years old, your daddy got you a weapon like this. I think what happens is people have gotten away from the idea that this weapon could be a true combat weapon. In this configuration, I have 5 shots, one inside the pipe. I have a side saddle as well, which has numerous rounds on it. I have a A2 flash suppressor, or flash hider, whichever one. And honestly, the weapon works really, really well for my needs. The only thing I need to do this is have a pair of iron sights as a backup. I'm working on that right now. And other than that, this is my weapon. This is my go-to gun. Please leave comments. Please leave any ideas and what you think about this weapon. Furthermore, I'd like to let you know that this weapon was described by who I consider, other than John Moses Browning, as a gun guy. I also consider Colonel Jeff Cooper, as being very much one of the gun gods and leaders within the industry when it comes to combat shooting. This was described in one of his books when when he was trying to create the famous Scout rifle and all the variants that exist. This is actually a certifiable variation, operative word variation, of a Scout rifle. What he required was a gun that would be easily used, occupied by the masses, lightweight, accurate, hitting a man-side target at 100 yards with ease, and this does that. This is actually connotated or known as the Brooklyn, and I like that because I'm from Brooklyn originally, the Brooklyn Scout. And some people have called it later the Cowboy Scout Rifle or the Urban Battle Rifle or whatever you call it. But it was originally, you can look this up inside of his book, To Shoot, Ride Straight, and to Tell the Truth, that this is actually known as the Brooklyn Scout. Someone had posed a question, based on your requirements for a Scout rifle, wouldn't a lever action suffice? And he basically said yes, it would. So this is my Brooklyn Scout. This is my Urban Battle Rifle. I have different variations of that, and my reasons for having it is purely because it does not intimidate people. This is like a cowboy gun. This is like a toy gun. Nobody's scared of this because everybody's kid has one of these. Please leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. As always, stay safe. Windex for your mind, signing out.
What's up, world? It's the KID Little Crazy, and my man Traffic. And we here to tell y'all how we grind hard. I've been